Hello everyone, welcome to today's video, where we will explore the world of Japanese fishermen, who are not only masters of the fishing industry but also symbols of dedication and responsibility towards natural resources. In this video, we will take you to modern fishing boats, the process of catching hundreds of tons of squid and fish in the sea, and learn about how the Japanese seafood industry is sustainable. Let's get started now. Japan is an island nation, surrounded by resource-rich seas such as the Sea of Japan, the Pacific Ocean, and the East China Sea. Since ancient times, the Japanese have relied on the sea for food. Historical documents record that fishing began in the Jomon period, 1000 BC, when people used primitive tools to hunt fish and other seafood. During the Heian period, 794–1185, fishing flourished with improved tools such as nets and small sailing ships. By the Edo period, 1603 to 1868, fishing became an important part of the economy. Coastal fishing villages formed and created a strong inland trade network, with tuna, mackerel, and squid becoming the main products. After the Industrial Revolution, Japan accessed advanced fishing technologies from the West. Steamships and modern machinery began to be used in the late 19th century, greatly increasing catches. The Japanese considered the sea a sacred entity, with gods protecting fishermen being worshipped at many coastal shrines. One of the most important gods was Ebisu, the god of prosperity and fishing, who was often prayed to before going to sea. Sea festivals are also an integral part, such as the Namahage festival in Akita, where people pray for a bountiful fishing season. This not only creates a bond between fishermen but also between people and nature. Each fishing trip begins with careful preparation, from checking the boat, maintaining the engine, to preparing nets and equipment such as squid attracting headlights and fish detecting radar. The fishing team often works long hours to ensure everything is ready for the long journey at sea. Modern Japanese fishing boats are often equipped with advanced technologies such as GPS positioning systems, fish detecting sonar, and automatic net pullers. These technologies not only increase efficiency but also reduce labor for fishermen. 2.2. Fishing at sea. Squid fishing. For squid, fishermen use specialized boats with extremely strong headlights. The light attracts squid from great depths to the surface. Where large nets or specialized traps are used to catch tons of squid at a time. Fishing. Fish such as mackerel and tuna are usually caught using purse seines or trawls. This process requires a high level of coordination between crew members to ensure the nets are placed in the right place and harvested quickly. Immediately after being caught, the products are cleaned, sorted and stored on board using a modern refrigeration system. This ensures the freshness of the seafood when it arrives at port. Especially for export products such as squid and tuna, Japan has clear fishing seasons to protect the reproduction of seafood species. For example, the squid season usually lasts from August to November, when the species matures and reaches its optimal size. The Japanese government applies strict catch quotas, adjusted annually based on ecological research data. Fishermen must strictly comply with these regulations, and violations can result in heavy fines or revocation of their operating licenses. The fishing industry accounts for about 1.2% of Japan's GDP, worth billions of dollars each year. Products such as squid, mackerel, and tuna are not only popular domestically but also major exports. Millions of Japanese people depend on the fishing industry for their livelihoods. From fishermen, processing workers, to exporters, the government provides a variety of support policies, such as tax breaks, skills training, and investment in port infrastructure. Japan is one of the pioneering countries in applying high technology to the fishing industry. Systems used on modern fishing vessels include sonar fish detection system. Sonar is a device that uses sound waves to determine the location and size of schools of fish underwater. This device helps fishermen accurately determine potential fishing areas, minimizing search time. High-power headlights. For squid, extremely powerful headlights are used to lure squid from deep to near the surface. This type of light often uses LED or halogen technology. Saving energy and operating more effectively in harsh offshore conditions. Automatic net pulling machine. This system helps reduce labor, increase harvesting efficiency, and reduce the risk of work accidents at sea. The net is pulled up rhythmically, limiting damage to fish and squid, maintaining product quality. Radar and GPS systems, used for navigation, ensuring that the ship is always in the safest and most efficient position when moving at sea, especially in bad weather conditions. Immediately after being caught, fish and squid are brought to processing lines on board or at factories near the port. Basic processing steps include sorting. Products are divided based on size, seafood type and quality. This process is usually done by an automatic conveyor system. Cleaning. Modern machinery is used to remove the viscera, fins, and shells of seafood species. For squid, the cleaning system is designed to retain the integrity of the squid body, which is important for export. Super freezing. Quick freezing technology, super freezing, ensures that seafood is kept at a temperature of -60 degrees Celsius immediately after processing. This process helps maintain the freshness and quality of the product for a long time. Packaging. Products such as squid and fish are vacuum-packed or in waterproof packaging to protect them during transportation. Japan is one of the world's largest seafood exporters, especially squid, tuna, and mackerel. These products are not only popular in Asian countries such as Korea and China, but also in demanding markets such as the US and Europe. Japanese squid, famous for its high quality, uniform size, and modern preservation methods. Many international restaurants use Japanese squid to prepare sushi, sashimi, and tempura. Tuna and mackerel. Japan supplies a large amount of frozen tuna to Western countries, where it is processed into high-end dishes or canned food. Strict quality management, from fishing to processing. All processes are strictly controlled according to international standards such as HACCP and ISO 22000. Prestigious brand. Japanese seafood products are always highly appreciated for their freshness, food safety and sustainable origin. Superior preservation technology, super fast freezing and cold transport technology help Japanese seafood always maintain the highest quality when reaching consumers. Japan is well aware of the importance of protecting aquatic resources to maintain sustainable development. Measures applied include catch quotas. The government sets annual catch limits based on scientific research on fish and squid stocks in the wild. Use-friendly nets. Nets are designed to avoid catching unwanted or endangered species. Seasonal fishing. Only fish during seasons when fish stocks are stable or growing. Avoiding fishing during the breeding season of species. Reducing emissions. Modern fishing vessels use fuel-efficient engines and renewable energy sources such as solar power. Recycling waste. Unusable parts of fish and squid, such as bones and skin, are recycled for fertilizer or animal feed. Part 8. Challenges and solutions in the Japanese fishing industry. Climate change. Rising sea temperatures are changing the habitat of fish and squid, making fishing more difficult. International competition, countries such as China and South Korea are expanding their fishing industry at lower costs, creating great competitive pressure on Japan. Industry labor. The fishing industry is facing a shortage of young workers due to the arduous and dangerous fishing profession. Investing in scientific research, the Japanese government is increasing funding for marine ecological research projects to develop sustainable fishing solutions. Strengthening international cooperation. Japan participates in many international treaties and organizations to protect global marine resources. Attracting young workers, skills training programs and financial support policies are implemented to encourage the younger generation to participate in the fisheries industry. The Japanese fisheries industry accounts for a significant proportion of the country's gross domestic product, GDP. Especially in coastal prefectures such as Hokkaido, Nagasaki and Shizuoka, direct economic value. Each year, the Japanese fisheries industry generates billions of dollars through fishing, processing and exporting. Squid and tuna are the two products with the highest economic value. Supporting industries, shipbuilding, net and fishing equipment manufacturing, as well as frozen logistics are important supporting industries that contribute to the overall development of the fisheries industry. The fishing and processing industries in Japan provide jobs for millions of people. From crew members, factory workers to export enterprises. Fishermen and seafarers. This is the main labor group, working in harsh conditions but contributing greatly to the annual fisheries output. Processing workers. The majority of workers in this industry are women and workers from other countries, such as Vietnam and the Philippines, who are participating in skilled labor programs in Japan. Logistics and distribution. Cold chain transport and retail also create thousands of job opportunities, ensuring the supply chain from sea to table. Fishing villages and coastal prefectures such as Hokkaido and Okinawa rely heavily on the fishing industry to develop their local economies. Stimulating domestic consumption. Products such as sashimi, sushi and frozen seafood are the main supply for domestic restaurants and supermarkets. International exports. Seafood is one of Japan's important export items, contributing to trade balance and increasing the country's foreign exchange reserves. Seasonal fishing methods not only protect fishery resources but also ensure stable output for the market. Squid season, from June to October, when squid gather in large schools in the Northern Sea. This season is typically the peak time for specialized fishing vessels. Tuna season, concentrated from April to September, when warm water flows through the Japanese seas, attracting large schools of fish. Economic efficiency. Seasonal fishing helps optimize production without depleting resources, while minimizing financial risks due to fluctuations in production. Protecting marine ecosystems. Limiting fishing during the spawning season helps maintain the number of fish and squid in the wild. Price stability. Providing products at the right time helps reduce competitive pressure in the market. Maintaining stable prices. Long-term development. Planned fishing is the key to sustainable development of Japan's fisheries industry. While protecting the rights of future generations of fishermen, Japan is an active member of many international fisheries organizations and agreements, including United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS. Japan complies with regulations on fishing in the exclusive economic zone and cooperates in protecting fish stocks in international waters. World Pacific Tuna Commission, WCPFC, plays an important role in protecting tuna and managing catches in the Pacific region. Free trade agreements, FTAs with the EU. The US and ASEAN help Japan expand its seafood export markets, especially squid and tuna. Japan maintains close cooperation with neighboring countries to protect marine resources and develop the fisheries industry. Vietnam and the Philippines, cooperation in the field of labor and transfer of processing technology. Korea and China, negotiations on common fishing zones and fishing quotas in overlapping sea areas. Western countries, Japan exports a large amount of seafood to the US, Canada and the EU, and has learned from these markets about high-quality standards. The impact of climate change is seriously affecting marine resources. Rising sea temperatures, changing the habitat of many fish and squid species, forcing fishermen to travel further to find their catch. Rising sea levels, threatening coastal fishing villages and port infrastructure. The rapid development of neighboring countries such as China and South Korea is creating major challenges. Cheap products, these countries offer seafood at lower prices, making it difficult for Japan to compete in the international market. Illegal fishing, some countries do not comply with international regulations, leading to overexploitation of shared sea areas. The workforce in the seafood industry is aging, while the younger generation is reluctant to participate in this hard work. Japan's fishing industry is not only a spearhead economic sector, but also reflects a perfect balance between tradition, modern technology, and sustainable strategies. With hundreds of tons of squid, tuna, and other seafood caught each year, Japan has demonstrated its ability to exploit marine resources in a planned manner, while maintaining the ecological environment and ensuring long-term supply. Economic efficiency. The fishing industry contributes significantly to the national GDP, creates millions of jobs, and plays an important role in exports. Sustainable fishing, seasonal fishing methods, combined with advanced technology, help conserve marine resources. International cooperation. Japan actively participates in international agreements and develops cooperative relationships with countries. Protecting its interests in the global fishing industry. Challenges. The industry is facing many difficulties, including climate change, international competitive pressure, and a shortage of young workers. Future prospects. To maintain its position as one of the leading fisheries countries, Japan needs to continue to innovate technology, improve policies to support fishermen, and strengthen public education on marine resource conservation. At the same time, expanding export markets and building high-end seafood product brands will help the Japanese fisheries industry stand firm in the face of global challenges. The Japanese fisheries industry is not only a story of sea voyages, but also the pride of a nation living in harmony with the sea. Let's appreciate the efforts of fishermen and the values that the sea brings. Thank you very much for watching the video. And don't forget to leave comments, like, and subscribe to the channel to continue accompanying these meaningful stories.